Hey there, it's Johanna, and let's continue our conversation around what do we do when the people around us see a way we've changed or grown as a step backwards. And we talked about this a bit in a previous video, so if you missed that, go ahead and get caught up. But basically, anything new or unfamiliar can feel scary. So when we change in some way, some of the people around us might be able to be encouraging and supportive, and other people might, they might, whether they realize it or not, and whether it's really overt or more subtle, they might try to kind of do things to get us to change back to the way we used to be. And there's so many reasons for that. Again, we talked about some more of them in a previous video, so check that out if you want to get caught up. And, when this happens, it can be so uncomfortable. So what do we do? And one of the really important things is to stand firm. It can be so tempting in the moment to just kind of, go back to the way things were in order to ease some of the tension. And if other people don't agree with ways we've changed, we might start second guessing ourselves. But the problem is that if we go ahead and just change back when they push against our change, for one, we are reinforcing to ourselves that their approval is more important than our growth. And on top of that, we're showing them that, hey, anytime I change in a way that you don't like, just push back on it, because I'll change back. It'll work. And I know it can be really uncomfortable when people around us don't like or don't approve of a way that we've changed. We might start feeling critical of ourselves for not being able to help them understand, not be able to protect them from the discomfort. We might even feel selfish for growing in this way that is causing this tension. And on the other side of it, we might feel kind of angry or resentful or disappointed that they're not giving us the encouragement and the support that we really want from them. And we might feel kind of impatient if they just don't seem to understand something that seems so clear to us now. And, in all of that, what do we do? Stand firm, but that feels hard. And I want to also add in, let's try to do that with kindness. And I know, I bring that up because I know that a lot of you are very, very kind people. And there's a lot of advice out there, like, oh, just don't care what other people think. It doesn't matter. Just don't care. And I have a lot of opinions about that, but basically, it doesn't work for me. I do care. I will admit, I want people to like me. And I also care about how my choices impact the people around me. But the thing is, caring is not the same as giving in. And standing firm doesn't have to mean being unkind. And so let's talk a little bit more about this, though, because what does kindness mean in this situation? And for one, I am definitely talking about kindness towards yourself, because if you're changing and growing, you've already got a lot going on. That probably comes up with a lot of feelings for you and ways you need support and all of that. So kindness might look like, okay, how do you give yourself some space to really acknowledge what you're feeling and experiencing and processing that? Maybe kindness means that, this person isn't able to support me, So I'm going to find someone who can. Maybe there's so many things. So consider, like, what do you need in order to feel supportive in continuing to navigate both your change and everyone else's feelings about it? Because those feelings aren't yours to take on, but they still impact you. And then with kindness towards the other people, especially people who are just giving you some pushback, this can look a lot of different ways, depending on the situation, depending on the relationship. It might mean saying, okay, I can listen to your concerns, to what you have to say. And this can be for the other person or for the critical voices in your head. And to listen without taking everything they say as the truth or as like something you need to act on. And sometimes that kindness might mean taking some space from that relationship, setting some boundaries around how much contact you'll have or around how someone speaks to you or so many things. Because when I say bring kindness into this, I'm not saying you need to just be there for them and caretake their feelings and, sacrifice yourself to make sure they're okay in all of this. Not at all. But kindness here is more, okay, how can you hold your ground? How can you stand firm? How can you stay with yourself and do what you believe is best from whatever distance that needs to be in a way that treats everyone involved, including yourself, with dignity. And this, sometimes kindness just is acknowledging this is hard and I'm not exactly sure how to navigate this, but I'm willing to try. Because, these transitions can be so tricky. And as much as I would love to give you an exact formula for everything to do and say, it doesn't quite work that way. But I believe that you can be firm and you can be kind. So today I'm curious, when you think about this, what comes up for you? What would you add? What maybe, just what comes up for you? And what helps you to stand firm without being unkind? So I will be back with more soon. In the meantime, remember, you can trust yourself.